Using solder paste and hot air, by jsisynth.com. For soldering surface mount components with hot air, you need to use solder paste, which contains a mixture of very small solder particles and flux. Pressing on the syringe plunger forces the solder paste through a blunt needle. Apply a small amount of paste to the pads you are about to solder. You don't need to be too precise about it since the solder mask on the PCB will guide the flow of the paste once heated. To prevent mixing up components, sweep your desk between values and unstrap the needed amount only. Place the components as precisely as possible. The paste holds the parts securely before soldering. Apply hot air to the components. Start with a distance of approximately 3 to 5 centimeters or 1 to 2 inches and move very slowly closer to the PCB. It's normal for the paste to flatten and flood the area until it's finally completely melted. The solder mask on the PCB will guide the flow directly to the pads. Usually, the result is much cleaner than with hand soldering with a flux pen. The correct hot air temperature depends on various things, like the type of paste used, the shape of the nozzle, the speed and angle of the airflow, the speed of your movement around the PCB, and various other factors. Therefore, experiment with what works best for you. Also, remember to check the datasheet of the component for the maximum soldering temperature to avoid component malfunction. If your component doesn't line up correctly, give it a gentle push with the tweezers in the right direction while applying heat. For small outline integrated circuits, SOICs for short, you can simply apply a line of paste on both pad rows. If you end up with a short between IC pins due to an excess amount of solder, use solder wick to clean up. Place the component as precise as possible and once heated, it will center itself automatically. A good workflow for a relatively small-sized PCB like the JSI resonator would be to apply solder paste to all of the pads, then place all of the surface mount components and apply heat to the components. This way the PCB is heated only once. While the techniques presented here will work nicely for 0603 sized components, be sure to check out the various other techniques for the SMD soldering, like using stencils for applying paste and heating with a reflow oven. If you are interested in trying SMD soldering, the 3-channel resonant filter DIY project by jsisynth.com is perfectly suitable for your first SMD project. For more details, check jsisynth.com. Thank you for watching.